As a leader, there are four major roles you play, and you know these by now. They're the manager, leader, coach, and sounding board. These are the four roles which you need to master in order to be able to be a great leader. Now, when conflict arises in an organization, and it will, this is where you really need to embrace a combination of all four of these to manage through the situation. Now, conflict. Most people don't like it, and I think that's pretty human. But the problem with conflict is that if it's left, it grows and grows and grows and quickly turns into resentment and disengagement. So addressing conflict in a healthy and open way is a critical thing that leaders need to be able to master. Now, this can be about how you facilitate a conflict conversation with others, and we're coming on to that a little bit later in this module. It can also be just deepening your understanding of why people's perspectives might be where they are, or how to hold people to account in a way where they may not want to, but you're going to have to anyway. So conflict is one of those things that no matter how much we love it or loathe it, as leaders, we need to be able to manage highly effectively with an organization to allow our people to continually feel safe, supported, and maintain that trust in us as their leaders. As I've said numerous times, safety and trust are the foundation of a great culture. So that is always your first step to being able to enable a culture where conflict and conflict conversations are invited. Now, conflict and conflict conversations don't mean combative situations. We've all got differing perspectives and different points of view, and actually that's fantastic, because that's where that rub, that friction, can create innovation and lead to great creativity. If we didn't have different perspectives, if we didn't have different opinions, if we didn't have different passions and ambitions, life would be seriously boring, because there would be no creativity. So embracing conflict as something that actually allows us to create great cultures where people feel truly safe to express their views and opinions and experiences, but also that lead us to creating great innovation, is exciting. Once you start to really truly understand how to manage them, but also how to sometimes see where these different perspectives might be coming from and the pressures on different people. So in this section, there's quite a few tips and techniques we're going to be using, and we're going to be introducing a bit of theory as well. Now, we're introducing this theory, so if you want to dive deep, please do, and I will give additional links and ideas within each one of those videos. But starting to really embrace conflict as something exciting that can drive your business forward, that can unite people, is a really important shift in mindset. Now, I might be making this all sound a little bit easy and exciting. Embrace conflict, it's all going to be fine. And we all know that actually dealing with conflict conversations can be difficult, can be exhausting, and can actually take time and energy away from also other priority tasks that we have. So why is embracing conflict so important? I like to sometimes look at this from the flip side. Yes, I can talk about innovation and creativity and all of those wonderful things that can come out of great conflict conversations. But the reality is the flip side of great conflict conversations is compromise. And compromise leads to mediocrity. What we get is an average of every side. We get the average of all brains. We get everybody trying to create something that pleases everybody. And that never works. So it's not necessarily always about avoiding compromise. Yes, in life we need to make them. But in the workplace, when we're looking for creative solutions, innovative solutions and services and products, Compromise actually is the last place we want to end up. So when I'm talking about conflict conversations, I'm specifically talking about those within the workplace where actually what we're trying to do is drive progress forward by being innovative, creative, and really taking a different view of the world. Now that requires everybody around the table to come together and start deepening an understanding of themselves and each other. Now, one of the things that I want to get on the table now and really clear is you are not the problem solver. Quite often, people come to leaders or managers in an organization and expect them just to fix the problem. You are not mum or dad. You are another adult in the room of adults, but you have a slightly different job. Now, this is a critical distinction. Once we really start stepping back and understanding our role as facilitator, mediator, and sometimes sort of mind opener, we stop playing the role of mum and dad and problem solver and fixer in the organization. Playing that role of mum and dad can be very culturally acceptable in an organization. And we're going to dive into this a little bit further in the video called Transactional Analysis. And there is a brilliant book by Eric Berne called Games People Play. Now it's tiny, so there's no excuse not to read it. Or you can get it on audiobook, or if you Google, there are thousands of videos out there which give a really good synopsis of the games people play. And one of them to avoid responsibility and accountability in an organization is for mum and dad to solve any conflict. Now, making sure that you're not leaning into that role or adopting that role accidentally is really important when it comes to conflict conversations, because to drive a healthy mindset and culture around conflict, everybody needs to embrace their role as an adult in the room. Because when we're all adults in the room, we can engage and understand other people's perspectives and opinions. We can look at others' experience with curiosity and interest and empathy, and we can build solutions and products for our customers and our market that are innovative, that are creative, and that are game-changing.